Welcome to another episode of Mexican American Pickers. In this episode of Mexican American Pickers, we're heading to Sanger, Texas. Now, I'm a city kid. I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, one of the largest, cities in the country. So that's really the world that I know. I gotta tell you, I love coming out to these small Texas towns out in the middle of nowhere on some far-off, dusty FM farm-to-market road. It's kind of thrilling to me because I'm kind of interested not only, of course, the treasures I'm going to find at the pick, but in the people that I'm going to meet who live out here. Because I think you have to be sort of cut from a different cloth to live out here in the country and sort of on the land, if you will. A lot of these people are, self-sustaining people who live off the food that they grow and the food that they tend. So I'm really excited for today's pick. We're very close. Not sure if it's going to be a farmhouse. The photos were really hard to tell whether it was more of a residential house or a newer house or an older house or a farmhouse, but should be exciting. Let's see what happens on today's episode of Mexican American Pickers. You never know what you're going to come upon when you're out picking in the world, like this princess carriage bed. You will see the craziest stuff. Pretty awesome. One thing you will learn the hard way in Mexican American Pickers is that they can't all be diamonds. So we walk away empty-handed, but we had a bit of an adventure. I started off my day out in Sanger, Texas, in middle of nowhere, Texas. No luck. So I decided to team up with my mentors. So today on Mexican American Pickers, I'm joined by Italian American picker Maria and Jewish American picker Paul. Now we're heading out to Plano, which can sometimes mean good things, but we won't know until we get there. So here we are, off on a journey. Picking pro tip number 2. Sometimes you might find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, Texas, and you know what? You gotta go. So, I learned this from my good friend, Jewish American picker Paul. If you have to go, just go. You might find a door at an estate sale that says private, do not enter. So at this last estate sale, Paul had to go. He read the sign. And when you read the sign, what did you think to yourself?
Just go.
And he did. Sometimes you just have to go. You got to use their bathroom, do it quickly, and leave it as clean as you left, as it was when you entered.
And don't get caught.
And don't get caught. See you next time on Mexican American Pickers.
So, great news. We ran into a dry spell this morning. I'd handpicked 4 estate sales that we wanted to go to attack and see if we could find some treasures. All of them turned out to be busts. So I'm running an errand, and I come across what we call a unicorn. That's an estate sale that's unlisted on a local paper. It's unlisted on an app. It's just a random family having their estate sale. They just promoted it with a sign on the corner and nothing else. Some of your top pickers aren't going to be there, so the competition is going to be a little less steep. Went in, didn't have much of anything for me. As I was walking out, I saw in the corner of the garage, pretty nice piece. Now I picked a piece just like this last year. But this is not just an ordinary rocker. It's what we call a gooseneck rocker. It gets that name from the gooseneck handle on both sides. Now, these will vary in value depending on their age and their quality. This does show some wear on the bottom, the rocking portion of it, but it's sturdy, it's strong. I think that material is just crazy and I love it. I think it has been reupholstered, which will affect its value. All in all, I think I'm probably going to price this at $60, and if I get $50 for it, I'll be happy. What did I pay? $5. So, there you have it. best pick of the day was an accidental one. Sometimes, you just luck into luck. Keep that in mind when you're picking.
Yes, some days you will strike out at Mexican-American pickers. And at the end of the day, the best pick of the day is the restaurant you choose for lunch and the amazing people you choose to have it with. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Keep picking. Mexican-American pickers out.